Yo, what is up guys? It's me, Zach Lee. Welcome back to the Zach Lee Show. We talk about everything that went on in the NBA from the previous day. As always, you guys are appreciated for coming back every single day, but now let's just get into everything that went down yesterday. But first, I do have to tell you guys a little bit about this video sponsor, athleticcases.com. Show your support by rocking your favorite player on the back of your phone. Basketball, baseball, football, or even soccer. Use the promo code ZachLee for 10% off any order. Click the link in the description box to learn more. Now though, on to the video. You guys know how a bunch of the elite players in the NBA have been complaining about the refs this year, right? Saying they think they don't get enough calls, whether it be LeBron James or Paul George. And it's sad that it's only when the star level players make these claims that they are actually heard, that the media even cares about this. Whereas if it happens to a smaller guy like, let's say, Spencer Dinwiddie, he comes out and says that he feels he's not getting the benefit of the doubt with the whistles, like the refs aren't respecting him or his teammates, and no one even cares. He gets brushed off because they're just the Nets. It's just Spencer Dinwiddie. Who is he? Who are they? They're just trying to make an excuse for why they lose so many games, for why they suck. Well, to that I say, how about now? Because as it turns out of every other player in the NBA, no one gets the amount of missed calls that Spencer Dinwiddie does. He has 11 official incorrect or non-calls against him. 11! And a couple of specific examples of these calls were provided. In the January 23rd Nets vs Thunder game, according to the report, Dinwiddie was disadvantaged twice, smacked on the offense with no call, and then bulldozed on defense, also with no call, within a 10-second span during the final 10 seconds. By swallowing the whistle both times, the officials likely sealed the loss for the Nets. In particular, the second non-call would have triggered an offensive foul on Paul George, which would have kept Russell Westbrook from making a game-winning basket seconds later. And after that specific game, Dinwiddie was quoted saying, "It's like, that's Russell Westbrook and Paul George, and I'm Spencer Dinwiddie." And after that, I decided to do some digging, and I learned that this has been happening all season long. Game after game, Dinwiddie has been trying to plead his case that he and the Brooklyn Nets aren't being treated fairly by the refs. His biggest rant about this came after a close loss to the Boston Celtics, when he feels like he was done wrong in the final seconds multiple times. And in this interview, well, he said a lot.
You know, it's a tough loss for us. You know, that makes us, what, 0-3 against Celtics. Obviously, we wanted to beat them. And these are games that we feel like we should have won. You know what I'm saying? And it's becoming a trend this year. You know, and so as a leader of the team, I can express or one of the leaders on the team, right, I can express our frustrations. You know, we're losing guys to whatever random contact. You know what I mean? People are driving to the basket, you know what I'm saying, getting knocked down, things of that nature. And then, you know, to see the same type of respect not reciprocated is very frustrating for us. You know, but when you approach somebody and they shush you or they wave you off like you're not a man, you know what I'm saying, or something to that nature, that's also very frustrating. You know what I mean? To already be in a position of feeling like you're not getting the same respect, whether true or false, it is an opinion, right? But to have that, and not just in one case, but time after time, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, to be shushed if you're not a man, those are the things that I think are really frustrating for guys on this team, for sure.
Do players get back a percentage of their jersey sales? Is there any sort of kickback for this? Because if there is, I need to go buy a Spencer Dinwiddie jersey right now. The man has just earned all of my support and all of my respect. He said when he complains to the refs will just shush him. The fact that he hasn't gotten ejected for trying to go at a ref blows my mind. Like, for real, I can only imagine if I get fouled again, I get fouled again. This happens all game long, yet I get no call. I go to a ref and try and say something about it, and they go, "Oh, it's time to catch these hands." So I have nothing but respect for him for being able to be so calm about it. But it didn't stop there, because after that, after the Nets' next game, he says that similar things were happening. And the reporters also asked him to kind of elaborate on how he felt after the Celtics game, and this is what he had to say.
I mean, I think the statement is very self-explanatory. You know what I'm saying? People are going to be looking for a soundbite after what I said. Last game, hey, look, man, y'all saw the game, all right? You know what I mean? But at this point, we were respectful, or I was respectful in my response to what happened. We as a team have to play through it. You know what I'm saying? Q apparently didn't go vertical against Jimmy Butler. You know what I'm saying? Minnesota's got to do better at that. You know what I'm saying? Q's got to do better at holding on to the ball, even though, you know what I'm saying, he got his wrist hit. I have to do better at dunking Ibaka, even though I got my wrist hit. I mean, all these plays, we just have to be better as a unit because obviously that's what it takes to win these games. We just have to be better. You know what I'm saying? I have to do better at keeping my balance, whether it be at Indiana or it be, you know what I'm saying, this game here on the final play. I can't lose my balance and fall down and throw the shot over the backboard. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to get in the weight room. And I'm gonna be better.
That response was also perfect. It was amazing. His whole thing was, look, I gotta be better. If I'm not gonna get any calls, then the only way for me to get calls, or at least make it not matter that I'm not getting calls, is to be better. I'm gonna go hit the weight room. So when I drive and I do get fouled, guess what? I'll still get the basket, I'll still get the points, even though I got fouled and I didn't get the call. Complaining clearly isn't gonna do anything about it, so why waste my energy in complaining? I'm just gonna be better and I'm gonna show y'all what's up. And it also makes sense now that over the All-Star weekend, a meeting was supposed to have been held between the players and the refs to sort of clear the air about everything that's been going down this season. And Spencer Dinwiddie showed up to that meeting. Matter of fact, he was one of only 2 players out of everyone that showed up to that meeting. Him and Andre Iguodala. That's it. No one else showed up. Out of all the guys that have been complaining this season, out of everything that's gone down, none of them showed up. Not a single one of them. You finally get your chance to talk about it, to voice your frustrations with the refs, and you don't show up. And that had to have made Spencer Dinwiddie sick, to be honest, because you see all these star level players who are actually getting tons more calls than you are, who are getting the benefit of the doubt, who foul you but don't get called for a foul. They're the ones going out and complaining about the refs. The media is picking up their story, and yet when they have a chance to do something about it, they don't show up. And if Spencer Dinwiddie doesn't have a problem with it, then I do. Don't complain if you're not going to do anything about it when it matters. If you really feel as if you were being wronged by the refs, then you would have been there, but you weren't. You weren't. He was, but you weren't. And I think out of all the problems that the league has with the refs, this has to be on the top of the list to be fixed. This is one of the this is the biggest problem that the league has with the refs. The bias and the favoritism that they give towards star level players. Look, a foul is a foul. If you're gonna call something that happens to LeBron James, James Harden, Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, any of the better players in the NBA, then you have to give the same calls to Spencer Dinwiddie and guys like him. It's as simple as that. And believe it or not, that actually wraps up all the news and updates from yesterday. Not much came out, but still we do have to take a quick look at the games from last night. Well then, talk about meltdowns and or comebacks. The Bucks were down big in this one. Let Philly score 43 points alone in the first quarter, 72 by the half, and then well, if you're a Philly fan, just skip through this part of the video because it got ugly from there. Milwaukee went on a 21-0 run to end the third quarter. A 21-0 run. As a team, you do not come back from that in a game. And the Sixers didn't. 118-110 the final score as the Bucks snap a 4-game losing streak. Philly turned the ball over 9 times alone in the third quarter during Milwaukee's run, had 26 turnovers on the night. I guess that's just one of the things that comes from being such a young team. Giannis led the way for Milwaukee though with 35 points, 9 assists, and 7 rebounds. At first, when the Pelicans started winning games after Boogie went down, I thought this was just going to be a phase. Camaraderie, you know, this always happens when a guy goes down, a coach gets fired, someone gets traded. Guys tend to band together for maybe the next 4 to 5 games, then reality sets in. I thought that was going to be the case for the Pelicans. Now though, I don't think that anymore. They won again yesterday, their 8th straight victory, 126-109 over Dallas. So yes, it was just against Dallas, but still a win is a win. Jrue Holiday has been amazing. He had 30 points yesterday. AD, you know, he wasn't bad. It just wasn't a very AD-like game. Only 23 points, 13 rebounds, 3 steals, and 3 blocks, which could be considered a great game for most other people, but for AD, that was average at best, which sounds insane to say actually. And Rondo has low-key been playing better too, as he had a near triple-double of 14 points, 10 assists, and 9 rebounds. The reason I think the Raptors will be a better team in the playoffs this year than in previous years is because they don't rely on DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry nearly as much as they used to. They play as a team where pretty much everyone gets involved. Sometimes, yeah, Lowry or DeRozan will have the hot hand and they will ride that all night. Other times, you'll see guys like Ibaka step up, Miles, Van Vliet, just a handful of guys, which is why they are so much better as a team this season. Yesterday, yesterday. The guy for Toronto was definitely Jonas Valanciunas, as his 18 points and 13 rebounds got Toronto the 103-98 win over Charlotte. Big win for Indy last night, as now they move up in the standings over Washington. The Pacers are the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference, ladies and gentlemen. Not a single person when the season started even had this team pegged to make the playoffs, and they are currently the 4th seed, only a half a game behind Cleveland for the 3rd seed. What a strange season this has been. 98-95 the final score. Victor Oladipo with 33 points. DeAndre Jordan hit 9 of his 10 free throw attempts last night. What? He is shooting 60% from the line this season, but 9 of 10 from him? I mean, hey, keep it up, I guess. And the Clippers partially do that. We're able to ground out the 123-121 over Brooklyn. DJ with 17 points and 15 rebounds. Harris with 26, and Rivers had 27. I was kind of excited when Moutier got traded to the Knicks. I thought maybe this would be good for him. A change of scenery would help him, and he could start playing like a top pick in the draft. But I can kind of see now why the Nuggets gave us so quick on him. The guy has been bad. He did have that one game where he scored 20 against the Warriors, but all in all, he's been pretty bad for New York so far. And the Knicks continue to lose 102-99 to the Kings off a Scalabrine triple with only seconds left to go in the game. Bogdanovic, who has been a pretty nice rookie for the Kings, had 22 points and 7 assists, while Moutier, on the other hand, scored 0 points for the Knicks. All right, you know what they say, save the best for last. What an intense showdown this was between two of the elite teams in the NBA, and I'm sure all 2 people who were watching this game had a blast. Let me stop. I really need to cut these teams some slack before they go out and beat my Pistons. Anyways, despite TJ Warren having a great scoring game with 35 points, it was the Hawks who got the win because, someone has to win. And it was due to a clutch trade from Taurean Prince, who scored 22 on the night. That wraps up all the action from yesterday. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to smack that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more daily NBA videos, as well as join the quest to 200,000 subscribers. Hashtag a million a year. Remember to vote for the player of the day, but also remember the only players whose team won are eligible to win player of the day. And yesterday, that player was James Harden with his 26 points, 10 assists, 7 rebounds, and 5 steals. Thank you once again for watching. I'll see all of you right back here tomorrow, but until then, I am out of here. Peace!